But then, Omo shocking me. Hey, Ghana for Omo rally behind Wizkid on this matter. What I say, me normally say Shatta Wale and Yomabia. If you watch my previous videos, I've always bashed him. But I would say on this one day, I'll have to stand behind him. I'll have to stand behind Shatta Wale because first of all, whoever interviewed Shatta Wale, I didn't think Obusa Shatta Wale say, does he see Wizkid as a star? In the first place, if you are looking for Shatta Wale to be peaceful, why are you asking him such questions? Why don't you ask him about Sarkodie and I say Samini or somebody that he's in the same, market with? Why would you ask him such a question? Say, does he see Wizkid as a star? That means say Vivian, I see you. I hope so you're good. Question be presenters, any interviews, they ask you certain questions just to get something out of you, just to get you to react. Why will you be asking Shatta Wale about Wizkid, whether Wizkid is a star or not? In the first place, let's start from there. What's the reason? What's the motive behind it? Why don't you ask him about Sarkodie, or why don't you ask him about Samini, or anybody in Ghana that he's in the same market with? And Sewa Busano, this question, which would definitely, piss him off because, he came on an interview, say, whether he's there to promote himself or whatever. Why will you waste his time by asking a question about Wizkid? Deborah, I see you. I hope you're good. I miss you. Why will you waste his time? A minute that you could have used to promote himself, who wasted the time by asking about Wizkid? What's the reason? That means that you, the interviewer, you are trying to get something out of him. You are trying to get him to commit himself. You are trying to get him to say something so that we can say Shatta Wale is a bad person. But the reason why I don't have a problem with what he said is Shatta Wale was asked whether he sees Wizkid as a superstar. And him being an honest person, he came out and said he doesn't see Wizkid as a superstar. And he's not stunned by Wizkid. Or who Wizkid, he won't be starstruck. That's the honest opinion. He's only speaking his mind. He's only telling the truth. If the man has said this, then the next day, Wizkid fans blew the whole thing out of proportion by saying, why is Shatta Wale disrespecting Wizkid? This is not a matter of disrespect. This is a matter of how he feels about your star. And so far, he doesn't see Wizkid as a star. So that should end there. That's his own opinion. He doesn't see him as a star. And this is not something that you guys should make it a big deal and start even Ghanaians and Kasano more desi Shatta Wale esadi tina oko start beef. Na me pacha osi ebusa obi say, how does he feel about an artist? Na so kase on feeling so a star. Is that a beef or is that an insult? No, it's not an insult. He's only being honest with his opinion. Most of these people out there, when they are asked questions, they try to, knowing the industry, they try to be political, they try to sound politically right. You understand? Which is wrong. You need to be honest. And knowing Shatta Wale, he's the most honest person that we have in the industry. And you, the interviewer, if you're asking him this question, you should definitely know the answer he's going to give. If you really liked Wizkid, he would have said so. Or if he thought Wizkid was a star, he would have said so. Since he believed he's not a star, he said he was not a star. What's the big deal? Is it an insult? I got my brother, Josh Dre. Yo, Josh Dre, he's a Nigerian. My own brother, he's a Nigerian, a musician. Yo, Josh Dre, let me throw a question to you. If you are asked whether Sarkodie is a star, and you don't see Sarkodie as a star, and you answer by saying, yeah, I don't see Sarkodie as a star. If I see him right now, I won't be starstruck. Is that an insult, or is it a diss to Sarkodie? Please, all I need is for you to answer yes or no so that the people will see. This is my brother from Nigeria, and he's an honest person. So if this thing is a diss, he would definitely say it's a diss. This is not a diss. He just gave his own opinion about the whole issue. And if you really follow it right, he's not saying anything. It wasn't directed at Wizkid. But the reason why that he got so pissed and decided to even say more things is because Wizkid fans are dissing him, which is wrong. This is not a beef. He just spoke his opinion. But now, let's put that aside. I'm so disappointed in Ghanaians. One thing you have to understand is that you will never see a Nigerian artist disrespect another Nigerian artist anywhere ever. They may fight in Nigeria, but once they come out of Nigeria, they rally behind each other. Watch I say. Nigerians never diss each other. Whenever you see them in public, they are together, whether it's wrong or good. Nasa Shatta Wale has taken the banner, say I'm a Ghanaian. I'm a superstar in my country. I don't see Wizkid as a superstar. Why should Ghanaians go out there and say, oh, Shatta Wale, he's trying to ride on Wizkid's fame. He just spoke his opinion. Let me tell you something. Hey, this thing Shatta Wale has started is bigger than even the stardom or whether he's a star or whatever. There are so many things that has been going on. It's because we've allowed it. We've allowed so many things to go on. And I mean, I don't blame Nigerians for being smart. But then they've taken advantage of every opportunity that we give them. But one thing is, how can you give a foreigner an opportunity if you haven't given the citizens the opportunity, the same opportunity? Ask yourself, how come Ghana Music Awards, why do we always give Nigerians Nigerian act an award on that show? And it's a Ghanaian awards. Why do we award Nigerians every year? Be a Nigerian. Every year there's a Nigerian act that comes to Ghana to take an award on our platform. It doesn't make sense. There's no awards in Nigeria that they award Ghanaians. A Nigerian award, you understand? So I don't know why every year we spend money on bringing a Nigerian act, and at the same time we give them the platform to perform. A platform which could have been given to a Ghanaian act to expose him. But we give that opportunity to a Nigerian, which is a Ghanaian program. Like my brother Jazz Dre said, he's entitled to his own opinion. Yes, Jazz Dre, that this song that he put out is because of what the Wizkid fans are saying. You understand? There are some shots that he took at Wizkid that I don't think it was warranted because Wizkid hasn't said anything. You feel me? But from my opinion, I think this thing is bigger than whether Wizkid is a star or not. Jazz Dre, you are my brother from Nigeria. Some opportunities hasn't been given to Ghanaian acts in Ghana, but they are given to Nigerians who come all the way there, all because of money or all because we respect them more than our own people, which is wrong. A Nigerian will never diss another Nigerian to create opportunity for a Ghanaian. This will never happen. Yes, bro, Kwame said it's in our DNA, it's our nature. You know, there's a problem that I always encountered when I lived outside. Every time we had an event, a Ghanaian event, and you see a Nigerian walk in, or a foreigner, or a black American walk in, all of a sudden the Ghanaians will withdraw. The Ghanaian girls will withdraw. They don't like competition. But I guess that's our nature. But my problem is that the people who are in charge of the whole industry, why do we give opportunities to the Nigerians more than our own people? So I'm telling you this whole thing that Shatta Wale has started is bigger than the whole beef. Is bigger. It's all about the opportunities, how we respect them. How can you hire a private jet to go get Patoranking and Wizkid for Becca's show? Do you think a Nigerian radio station or a Nigerian entity will hire a private jet to come get Sarkodie for maybe Wizkid show? It will never happen. So why do we put them in a position for them to then shit on us? Just recently, Becca's show, Xylophone, chartered a private jet to go get Patoranking and Wizkid. Are they bigger than Sarkodie? Or are they bigger than anybody in Ghana? You understand? We do certain things, we position ourselves in a way that makes Nigerians don't respect us. It makes them not respect us. How come our own music awards that we are supposed to use to award our people, every year we have a Nigerian act awarded on that platform? Why? Yo, Junior, I see you. Why? Why do we do that? Why do we use our platform? Ghana, see, if Foresight Awards decide to do have an award show, and then they award Ghanaian, anybody, any other country, I don't have a problem. But when it is called Ghana Music Awards, and then you use that platform to award other people, and then you call it International Music Awards. When was the last time any other country won that award besides Nigerians? Nigerians always win that award. All you have to do is come to Ghana, make a hit in Ghana, and then they will give you that international award, which is wrong. It doesn't make sense. And if our own Shatta Wale has decided to come out and then say certain things to kind of make us think, okay, we don't look up to them. We may respect them, but we don't think they are superior. You guys go out there and start dissing Shatta Wale. Do you think a Nigerian will ever do that? And I am so disappointed in Samini. Samini, who's my favorite. I'll pick Samini any day over Shatta Wale. But for him to make certain comments, for him to make certain comments, which in a way is trying to say Shatta Wale is on his own, is wrong. For you to say that, oh, I won't stand behind. One thing we have to understand is that Shatta Wale is doing this for Ghana. He's doing it for Ghana. The moment he took the flag and said, I'm doing this for Ghana, this is the time that if you don't have anything positive to say to back him, then don't say anything at all. If you don't have anything positive to say to encourage him to break grounds for Ghana, then don't say anything at all. But for a Ghanaian to say, oh, Wizkid, somebody said Wizkid has more money than Ghana. How can a Ghanaian say that? This is so disrespectful. When are we ever going to be patriotic about where we are from? It doesn't make sense. We need to stand up. We need to have it in the back of our mind. Say, Ghana comes before any other country. In anything that we do, whenever there's a problem and there's Ghana is in there, you have to rally behind the Ghanaian. You understand? And let me bring other issues that I have, my own problem, and I think this is the reason why Shatta Wale is doing this, okay? If you guys quite remember, we started the whole movie thing. The whole movie industry. I told you so. We started it in Africa. We were doing way better than them, okay? Before they came and started doing movies. When they were doing movies, okay, my brother said, Isaac said something. There's nothing like Shatta Wale versus Wizkid. How will you feel when I pick up a fight? Okay, first of all, Isaac, Shatta Wale went for an interview and he was asked whether he see Wizkid as a star or not. And he said he doesn't see him as a star. What is wrong with saying he doesn't see the person as a star? And the next day, Wizkid fans decided to get at him, to disrespect him. And even our own Ghanaian people are disrespecting him. But if you listen to the diss song he did in retaliation, he's addressing the fans. He's not even directing it at Wizkid. He's addressing the fans. He's saying that it's his own opinion. He doesn't see Wizkid as a star. So if you guys see him as a star, yeah, or as a god, yeah, that's your own prerogative. You understand? He doesn't see him as a star. There's nothing wrong with somebody sharing his own opinion. My brother Yao Young said, bro, I read The Warrior. Shatta Wale could have done it professionally but in some points, this is the time we need to acknowledge our very own artists. Yes, bro, the thing is, Shatta Wale, everyone has a way of tackling issues. You understand? That's the type of person he is. He cannot do with this in any professional way. That's his persona. That's how he tackles issues. You understand? So as a Ghanaian, you have to look at the bigger picture that Nigerians take advantage of us. I don't blame them. They are just smart. They are born like that. That's why they always say Nigeria never carry last. And Nigerian will never allow any other countryman to disrespect a Nigerian. John Owusu said, Shatta must respect. How the person just spoke his opinion that he doesn't see Wizkid as a star. What does that have to do with him respecting himself? You understand? But let me get back to my topic before I go off. If you quite remember, we came up with the first movie that was produced in Ghana was I Told You So. At that time, Nigerians hadn't started making movies. They hadn't. We started it. Before they came later and caught up. If you quite remember, they started with the whole, what do you call it? Jim Ike and then the rest. Ramsey Noah. Alan, I hear you. Ramsey Noah, Samukaya, Ramsey Noah, and all those people. Ghanaians, we hustled, we busted our ass, and we brought our own people, which is Nadia Buhari, Van Vika, and then Majid and them. And then we took over again. What did Nigerians do? The Nigerian industry collapsed. What did they do? They came to Ghana to get our actors and our actresses to go and feature them in their movie. What they did was division by conquering. What I say? They came and then used our stars, took our stars over there with the intention of boosting their what do you call it? Their industry. Then you haven't been paying attention. When Nadia Buhari, Van Vika, Majid and them came, Nigerian movie industry collapsed. If you remember, Nigerian producers used to come for Van Vika, and then Van Vika was living in Nigeria because he was the only person who was hot at the time. This is the time, Ghanaians, I am not saying anything. I am not saying anything I'm not disrespecting anybody who's from Nigeria. This is not about disrespect, but this is about standing up for my country and what I believe is good for my country. You understand? I can't blame Nigerians for being so smart that they know that they can pay Ghanaian DJs and then the Ghanaian DJs will forget the Ghana music and play Nigerian music. I don't blame them. I don't blame them for being so smart that they can come to Ghana and then take over. But Ghanaians we need to wake up. Yes, Ghanaians need to wake up. No, what? See, Dia, you don't understand what I'm saying. Nigerians come, take advantage of our system, and then they go back. The moment they realize that, oh, when you say one Ghana word, then your song becomes a hit. Then that became the new trend. One thing I want y'all to know is that any Ghana artists don't need Nigeria to hit or to be relevant. Name one artist who needs Nigeria. We don't need Nigeria. You understand? We don't need Nigeria to hit. But Nigerians, as it's so obvious that they need Ghana to penetrate. And I don't have a problem with that. You can come and then we share ideas. You understand? But how come when you go to Nigeria, you don't hear Ghanaian songs? They don't play Ghanaian songs there. Even if you pay Payola, they won't play because they want to make sure that they are still in control of their market. But we, the Ghanaian presenters and DJs, we are so dumb and so cheap that whenever the Nigerians bring money, we just grab onto it. We just take the opportunity. We all have it. And we don't even charge them much. How much are they paying? This is the time for all the people who are saying that Shatta Wale is wrong, Shatta Wale is stupid for doing this, Shatta Wale is stupid for doing that. You guys need to understand that Shatta Wale is standing up for Ghana. So if you diss him, you are dissing the whole country. Because right now is Shatta Wale from Ghana against Wizkid from Nigeria. So before you go out there and start saying things which will put our country in a bad limelight, think about it twice. You understand? Think about it twice. Like my sister said, Mami Araba, he said Nigerians don't even pay, but they still get their music played in Ghana. And then as a Ghanaian artist, you have to go pay before they play your music. You are saying that you worked with Traumatic in when? In Niger 2010. Ghanaian songs are played, and that's a lie. Ghanaian songs, the only time a Ghanaian song is played on a Niger station is when it's featured a Nigerian artist. The only time you hear Ghanaians trending in Nigeria is when they feature a Nigerian artist. I just don't understand. Just look at this song. What do you call it? Odo by Kiddy. A nice, beautiful song. A nice, beautiful song. Which is a hit. The song is a hit on its own. Why do you have to go get a Nigerian artist whilst you can push for a bigger artist out there? When was the last time you saw a Nigerian artist feature a Ghanaian artist on a song, on a Nigerian song that was already a hit? Never. You will never see them give us that opportunity. Just imagine Davido featuring Sarkodie on If. That his song, If I Tell You Say I Love You. Do you think he will ever feature any Ghanaian art on it? No, he see that the song is a big song. He would rather feature an American artist. So when we have the opportunity, we hand it to them. And then when they have the opportunity, they go out to the Western world. Ghanaians, we need to smarten up. I don't blame, like I said, I'm not disrespecting Nigerians for being smart. That's just the game. They know how to package it. They know how to brand it. That's something that God gave them. Everyone from childhood, from infancy, know that you stand up for Nigeria. You do what is right. You understand? You know, they all know how to hustle. But the only problem is that Ghanaians don't know how to hustle, and we don't cherish our own. Let me read what my sister Dia said. Shatta came out in the wrong way. I really respect your view, but don't... No. I'm not... See, one thing I want you to understand is that with Shatta Wale saying that he doesn't think Wizkid is a superstar, I don't have a problem with it. That's his own opinion. I'm not saying... I see Wizkid as a star. Yes, he's a star. But if Shatta Wale doesn't see him as a superstar, that's his own opinion. As far as the song that he released later on, dissing Wizkid straight up, now that's a personal attack. Maybe there's more to it. Maybe there's a personal beef. But one thing that's going on right now is that they've made the whole issue like Ghana versus Nigeria. And then as a Ghanaian, no matter what, I stand behind Shatta Wale. At the end of the day, if I have something to say to him, then I'll say it to him. But for the world to see, I support my countrymen. I support my countrymen regardless what it is. Later on, we can bash Shatta Wale in our country, but then for the world, I stand behind my men. I stand behind Shatta Wale, who's representing Ghana at the moment. But I am so sorry. I feel so sorry for the Ghanaians who don't see the bigger picture, and they're out there on Facebook saying that Wizkid has more money than the whole Ghana. How can you be that disrespectful towards your country? One thing you have to understand is that Shatta Wale has his own opinion. He can say whatever he wants to say. Ghanaians, please, it's time for us to wake up. Everything that we build, they come and take, go and rebrand it, and then sell it to the world. How can we allow Wizkid to come to Ghana and perform on stage with Chris Brown? And then when Chris Brown went to the States and he was asked where he learned the Azonto from, he said he learned it from a guy named Wizkid from Nigeria. How can we allow that to happen? Everything we know when it comes to music, we got it. But we just don't know how to brand it. But when you guys come and tap into our talent and tap into our ideas, don't come back and try and shit on us. You understand? We may not know how to brand it, but we know that the ideas are coming from Ghana, and y'all know it. So for all the Ghanaians who are out there disrespecting Shatta Wale, as you all know, I always bash Shatta Wale for being disrespectful or but when it comes to this one, I'm standing behind him because he's fighting for the nation. He's fighting for the corruption. He's fighting for the injustice. Because first of all, how can you promote Nigerian acts on our own VGMA? Let me read some comments. My brother Jazz Dre said, bro, the thing is music distribution to the other nation. Ghanaians need to learn from this. Packaging, branding, and investment. Josh, you are right. Like I said, you Nigerians, God blessed you with that. It's your nature. You're a hustler. Anywhere you go, you can turn nothing to something. And I respect you guys for that. But the problem is that Ghanaians, we need to learn. We need to learn. We need to learn this from Nigerians. That we need to protect. How can Reggie Rockstone come up with Hip Life? When we started Hip Life, nobody was rapping in African language. We were all listening to Tupac. We were all listening to Biggie and them.